If there's something that you want, put it out there. Put it out there into the universe and call on that which you have. You have to have faith. You have to have faith that you will get what you want out of life. However, we know that faith counts for nothing unless it's carried into practice. So while we have faith, we also have to do. We also have to work to get the things that we want. But when you see those things in your mind, that's how you know you will get those things, because you're not saying, oh, I want this, I want that, but I see myself achieving those things that I want, because I know that I deserve it and I will get what I deserve. We have to have so much confidence. We have to have so much confidence in ourselves that we will get the things that we want, that we are destined to achieve. We have to stay connected to the source, because it's not just us. It's not us. There are things that are put inside of us. And as we go on this journey of life, we are mining out these things that were put in us. We are extracting these things. We don't know who we truly are. We are on this life journey to discover who we truly are. And with each experience and the way we act and the way we react, we figure out little things about us. If we're truly trying to grow and develop, we notice these little things, about ourselves. And then we get to learn ourselves. No one can truly learn you. Or no one truly knows you. There's not one person on this earth that actually knows you, the complete you. Because one, we are always growing. We are always changing. But also, you have not learned who you are in totality. You don't know who you are completely. You are learning these things, all these gifts and talents and passions and these things that were put inside you. You don't know who you truly are. Your potential. So when we are learning who we are, we have to stay connected to the source, to the one who created us, to the creator. When we stay in contact, in connection with that, with who put these things inside of us, when we stay connected to that, we become more spiritual. We stop thinking in just such a manner where we are just looking at the physical. It allows us to look deeper inside as we interact with other people, but also as we interact with ourselves, our thoughts, our actions. When we stay connected, there are different ways to stay connected. There's prayer, there's reading, there's really internalizing certain human principles. Do unto others as you will have done unto you. Treat people in the way that you want to be treated. Hold the door for someone. Be kind to someone. These are different principles that help to make us better people. Do you treat people in a certain light only if they are someone of privilege? Do you treat someone kindly only if you can get something from them? Do you look at the human being and you only treat those people who have money, or who may have a nice car, or who may have connections? Do you only treat them in a certain manner that is pleasing? Or do you treat the person who is the janitor, the person who is the waitress, the person who is not popular? Do you treat them in a negative way? Oh, could you get me that? Could you hurry up? I mean, you're not fast enough. Look at how you treat people. Look at how other people treat people. When or you're on a date, or you're looking for a potential mate, watch how they treat other people. How do they treat the person sweeping the floor? How do they treat the person that's the waitress at the restaurant that y'all at? Do they treat them like as though they are superior? And the person that's doing the work is inferior? Those are people that you have to watch out for. Because if that's how they treat other people, then they're only treating you kindly because there's something that they want from you, something that they can get from you. So they're using you. So all of these things come into play. When we stay connected to the source, we grow. We learn who we are with each stage of our life. Of course, we're going to make mistakes. But the thing is, have you learned from those mistakes? And are you using those mistakes as experiences that makes you wise? Or are you just like, look, this is just who I am, and that's just what it is, and it is what it is? You have to really think about what kind of person are you developing into? Do you like what you see? Do you not like what you see? There's so much inside of you waiting to be mined out. But staying connected, staying spiritual, reading different books, some self-help books, some just different books that is to help you grow. Prayer, meditation, yoga, silence, just taking a moment of silence. Sometimes there's so much going on in this world. There's so much activity. There's social media. There's conversations with people. There's hanging out. There's this, that, and the third. There's so much that sometimes just to sit in solitude for a moment and to stop the noise and just be there with your thoughts. It helps to cultivate the human being. Sometimes you have to say, no, I'm good. I can't go out. Sometimes you have to read your book. Make sure you're getting the time in for yourself to read your books. Take the time out to journal. Sometimes don't give away all of your energy where you have nothing left for yourself. Don't allow people to exhaust you where you have nothing left for yourself. Don't allow yourself not to have time to put yourself on the back burner, and you're not really cultivating yourself into the person that you are destined to be because you're allowing all these things to take precedent over your time. Make time for yourself. And as you put together your to-do list, make sure you are included in that to-do list. You should be in there too. You should have a number every single day because you are just as important as everyone else. So make sure you take the time to do the things that you need to do that cultivates you as a human being, that cultivates, that activates what's inside of you, that potential. Allow there to be a spark and for the true you to germinate. And for as you germinate and you grow, you look at yourself and you say, wow, look at what I have become. But it's a process. It's not easy. It's not 1, 2, 3 crops that are grown, vegetables, fruits, all these things that are grown. It's a process. But those that are worth it, when you go if you're a farmer, or if you know anything about agriculture, when you get that crop, when you get that fruit, that vegetable, those beans, those whatever, that food, you say, wow, it's worth it. It was worth the wait. Meanwhile, before you put the seed in the ground and you tilling the land and you looking, you trying to keep pests away from that seed. You're keeping pests away from that crop. Pests are distractions. So while we have pests in the field, pests in the dirt, trying to eat at the fruit and the vegetables, for us it's distractions, trying to eat up away our attention, take away our attention, trying to distract us, trying to take away our energy, trying to zap our energy. The pests are distractions. And what do you do with pests? You get rid of it. So how can you get rid of the distractions in your life that are stepping in front of your path? Distractions are in your way to stop you from progress and to stop you from reaching your truest potential, to stop you from getting to your goal. How can you eliminate those distractions? So back in the field, back in the soil, you're doing different things. You're putting down certain things. You're growing certain flowers that are that resist the pest. You know, you're putting down different things in the soil to make the pests stay away. What are you doing to keep the distractions at bay? Because they're getting in the way of your goals. They're stopping you, or they're slowing you down. What are you doing to keep the distractions away? You gotta have a system. You gotta have a process. So you want to make sure that in the end of your process, just like you growing crops, you want to make sure that at the end you have that fruit, you have that vegetable, you have those the rice and the beans that you grew. You want to make sure that you get to where you are destined to be, but you have to figure out a way to stop the distractions, because distractions will alter your life. And then you'll look 20, 30, 40 years later and you say, how did I get here? I didn't want this for my life. I didn't expect this was going to happen. I just didn't know. And at that point, things may be more difficult for you now to try to go back and change things and get to where you need to get to. But difficult does not mean impossible. Difficult does not mean impossible. Challenges does not mean that you can't make it, that you can't still achieve your goal at a particular age. You can do it, but it may be a little bit easier if you start today. So what are you doing to start your process today? Not tomorrow, but what are the things that you are doing to start your process today and to eliminate the distractions that are trying to get in your way? Every progress, every move is progress. Every move is something that gets you towards your goal. But you got to be moving.